This is a short video about the Federal Aviation Administration's Noise Policy Review. It presents potential changes to noise policy the FAA is considering. Black text signifies what is being covered by this video, while gray text signifies what is covered in other videos in this series. This video describes potential changes in noise policy being considered by the FAA. The FAA has defined a broad policy option space that will meet its primary objectives of incorporating our updated understanding of aviation noise and human response in the development of analytical tools and technologies to better manage and reduce the environmental impacts of aviation. One policy option under consideration is transitioning away from our current noise policy that uses a single metric, DNL, and a single impact criterion, DNL 65 dB, for all evaluations, whether they be new projects, land use compatibility planning, or otherwise, and regardless of vehicle type and operating scenario. The FAA can explore an expanded system that may include accounting for cumulative, operational, or single event and impulsive metrics for use alone, in combination, or in lieu of another metric. For example, using the DNL metric in combination with the NA metric or other metrics. The FAA may also consider options that account for differences in vehicle types, the location or resource affected, the purpose of the analysis, and type of analysis. For example, using the DNL metric for commercial aircraft and commercial land use planning purposes, but the TA metric for new entrants such as drones. The FAA is reviewing many metrics that could be considered as part of that system, including both cumulative metrics, such as traditional DNL or CNEL, but also other cumulative metrics, such as an 8-hour day, which could be used to evaluate school and work settings. We will also review a range of operational single event metrics, including NA, TA, LMAX, and others that may be suggested. Finally, we are working closely with the FAA's Office of Commercial Space to evaluate metrics that are more appropriate for impulsive noise, such as commercial space launches. The most appropriate metric could depend on the purpose of the analysis, the audience, and several other factors. Changes to the DNL metric could include changes to adjusting the threshold, the averaging technique, and/or changes to its nighttime weighting. DNL with additional supplemental metrics can be used together. For example, the NA metric answers the question, how often will the aircraft sound level meet or exceed a certain level? Where the TA metric answers the question, how long will the aircraft sound level last at or above a certain level? The TA and NA metrics break the DNL metric into its component parts to help explain the noise exposure in a different way. Our policy review will look at elements of the DNL metric by unpacking how it is calculated and evaluating alternatives. For example, we will look at peak operational months and perhaps seasonal variation, such as at resort airports that have increased use in the summer. We will also examine existing significance thresholds and consider whether to keep the current threshold of DNL 65 dB with no change, set a threshold for any, some, or all of the noise metrics in the system, or change the metric and level used to define the threshold of significance and reportable impacts. We also commit to reviewing this noise policy regularly to determine whether updates or revisions are necessary to respond to new information. Thank you for watching this video about FAA's noise policy considerations.